Hey, how are you? We're at the Blank Park Zoo. Come on in. Come on into the Blank Park Zoo. My name is Steve Matthews. This is Zoo TV, where anything wild can happen and usually does. You've probably heard the story about the tortoise being interviewed after the big accident between the slug and the snail. When asked if he saw what happened, the tortoise said, "I don't know. It all happened so fast." Well, that's what we're here to talk about today. Tortoises, not just any tortoise. Look at these tortoises. These are huge. Think of all the soup these tortoises would make. Not that they're for dining. These tortoises are for viewing. And interesting? Wow. Slow, but interesting. In particular, today we're talking about the Aldabra tortoises. These are huge tortoises. They can get up to like 500 pounds. They're incredibly big, and they live a long time, well over 50 years. 5 feet in length is how big they can get. They've got that dome-shaped carapace that's usually a light shade of brown. They have claws in their feet and kind of leathery skin. They're from warm tropical climates, mostly in the Indian Ocean around the Aldabra Islands, thus the Aldabra tortoise. They're terrestrial. They have very regular habits. They often can go without food for weeks. Now, they're usually very quiet animals, but amazingly, these tortoises do make kind of a grunting noise. Now, if their shell is damaged, it will regenerate as long as the spinal column is unharmed. Don't put this to the test, folks. When the day is too hot, these tortoises will cool off in the shade or even wallow in mud. The breeding season is from January to April. Now, the female carries the eggs with her for about 10 weeks. About 9 to 25 tennis ball-sized eggs are laid in a hole in the ground and then buried. After an incubation period of about 125 days, the eggs hatch. These are cool animals. The Aldabra tortoise is threatened with extinction, and primarily because of man. It's caused by the loss of habitat. You have to know the Aldabra tortoise has been known to knock over small trees and shrubs to obtain leaves. But it takes forever. So if you want to come out here and watch them eat, plan the whole day, will you? Have you seen that video online, speaking of animals, about the lion that had been a pet for a few years and they released it back into the wild? And after a few years, they went back to see if they could find the lion in the wild. They'd been warned it's not safe, but the lion recognized them, came running up to them and jumped on them and just gave them a big hug. Have you seen that video? Same thing happened with these tortoises. They used to be in my aquarium when they were just like that big. I didn't think they'd remember. I came out here and you see that one? He's running toward me right now. I'm expecting a big hug at any moment. Tortoises are kind and warm animals. Come get to know them at the Blank Park Zoo.